Hi there, my darling Aries. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your reading for January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Aries. I hope this year is beautiful and prosperous and just wonderful for you. So, let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with a secret manifestation card as your mantra or your affirmation for the month of January. Oops. All right, my darling Aries, what messages does Aries need to know for January 2026? I cannot believe it is January. A new year, new you, new everything. All right, let us see. Full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Yeah, so it looks like this year for you, my darling Aries, might be a year, or at least starting off the year, you may need to detoxify. So if you've had, maybe a little bit of too much indulgence over the Christmas and New Year period, you are being encouraged, my darling Aries, to detoxify a little bit and just maybe, clear your energies, clear your body, of any toxins, of any, whatever that means to you. But clearly, you are being encouraged, my darling Aries, to detoxify. All right, let us consult the tarot here and see what messages we've got coming in for you. What does Aries need to know for the month of January 2026? And I'm probably going to say 2025 more than once during these readings, but I mean 2026. So let us see what we've got coming in for you, my darling Aries. Page of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Yeah, love it. Love, love, love this for you. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Page of Wands. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that pages in the tarot are messengers. And this little fella, he comes in to spark some inspiration, to spark a new idea. He comes in with the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands in this card here, or on this card here, is glowing. So he's coming in to spark some kind of inspiration for you, some kind of, new idea that, to start the new year off, maybe, take that how it resonates. But I feel for you that there could be, I feel that it's going to be important for you to, detoxify your mind, your body, your spirit coming into this new year, especially in the month of January, to just clear any kind of negative energies that may have been hanging around from last year. I must admit, I've had a lovely year last year, some challenges, definitely. But, overall, it was, I had more positives than negatives, that's for sure. But it was a very tough year, 2025. So I feel that coming into this new year, it would be a good idea, my darling Aries, to detoxify your mind, body, and spirit, and allow, so you're clear, so you can allow new ideas to come in to your world, so you can be open to receiving new ideas, sparks of inspiration, anything like that. But I feel you need to be open to receive this spark, this new, idea, goal, wish, dream, something like that is going to be sparked for you, I feel. But you need to be willing to be open to receive it, is what I feel, my darling Aries. And then you have the 6 of Cups, and I love the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is, innocence and nostalgia, having some childlike energy around you. That some readers say that it's an ex coming back from the past. I kind of don't believe that. We are definitely can be reminiscing, and like I said, it's about nostalgia, so maybe you're thinking about people from your past. But I actually feel for you in this, it's encouraging you to have some childlike energy, my darling Aries, which I love for you. be a bit more playful, be a bit more wondrous, curious, you know, be more like a child. Allow your inner child to come out. My darling Aries, is what I feel like I need to tell you here, that, you know, because the pages are, you know, that young type of energy as well. So you've got it twice here with the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands, just allowing yourself to be wondrous about what new possibilities could be coming in for you this year. Be open, be curious, be, you know, like that child energy where you're just open to everything and, you know, playful and not taking things too seriously is what I feel I need to tell you as well, my darling Aries. So yeah, I love this energy for you. It's that real playful, you know, energy where you feel that, you know, you don't take things too seriously, that you are just allowing the start of this new year to be wondrous and joyous and just like a child, that childlike energy, my darling Aries. And then you have the beautiful Six of Wands. So I feel that this is, you know, that I love two sixes together, by the way. As Minopon Tarot says, he's two sixes, you know, is confirmation for your path. So I do love that. But this Six of Wands brings in, you know, celebration. The celebration of you, my darling Aries. It brings in, you know, success and victory as well, which I love for you. So I feel, you know, really being able to embrace that childlike energy and that wonder and being open to receive will allow this gorgeous energy to come in for you, my darling Aries, which is just beautiful. You can see she has the victory wreath here. She has another one under her crown here, and she is coming, you know, she's doing like a victory lap. These people here, they're celebrating her. You can see that she's being celebrated. She's come back victorious from wherever she has been, my darling Aries. So I feel that's important for you, that I feel towards the end of this month, you will feel victorious. You will feel that, you know, you have started this new year right, and that you have, you know, you're moving into some beautiful energy, that you're setting yourself up, my darling Aries. That's what I feel I need to tell you, that you're setting yourself up for victory this year, that you're setting yourself up for victory and success coming in to this new year of 2026, my darling Aries, which is divine. And I love to see this for you because, you know, what a beautiful way to start the new year. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't feel I need to, you know, explain too much more about each of these cards because they're very self-explanatory. But if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel, you know, it will be important for you to, you know, after the holiday season to, you know, get your mind, body, spirit right, detoxify, you know, eat, you know, maybe cleanse your body, you know, look after yourself, you know, and go and get some massages, you know, or whatever that means to you, to detoxify, you know, eat well, you know, hydrate your body, get your mind, body, and spirit cleansed is what I feel I need to tell you here. And when you do that, I feel that it will allow you to be open to receive this beautiful spark of inspiration that's coming in. You know, to be in this energy of the Six of Cups is to be in that childlike energy. So I feel that it's important for you to be wondrous and joyous and just be happy, my darling Aries. And that will allow you to be open to this new idea that's coming in, this new idea that I feel will be your idea for 2026, my darling Aries. And by the time you've finished this, by the time January is over, I feel you will have, you know, moved into the start of this new year, setting yourself up for victory and success. So I love that for you, my darling Aries. All right. Love, love, love that for you. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. And, you know, I'd love to be able to be, you know, moving a little bit further along in 2026 with my channel. So, you know, I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing, but, you know, if it's if it doesn't sort of take off a little bit more, I might just sort of give it away, because I do a lot with personal readings and that anyway. So, you know, as much as I love doing this, if I don't get enough, you know, interest in this channel, I probably will shut it down. All right, let us see what final message we have for you, my darling Aries. Kindness is a win-win. Love that. If you think unkind thoughts about someone, you will experience those unkind thoughts manifested in your life. You cannot harm another with your thoughts. You can only harm you. And if you think kind thoughts about others, guess who receives the benefits? You, my darling Aries. So yes, love this. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I feel, and I mean, look at it, that's the energy that you've got here. So I feel that that's pretty much, you know, what this reading is telling you, is to be kind to yourself and be kind to others, my darling Aries. So yeah, loving this energy for you. What a beautiful way to start 2026, my darling Aries. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Taurus. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Taurus. I hope this year brings you happiness, wealth, health, success, joy, abundance, everything that your little heart desires, my darling Taurus. I hope it's all coming to you in 2026. All right, let us jump right in to your reading. I'm going to start off with a Moonology manifestation card as an overarching energy. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with the secret manifestation cards as your affirmation for this month of January 2026. All right, what messages does Taurus need to know for the month of January 2026? First quarter moon in Virgo. Assess the situation. So you are being asked, my darling Taurus, to, you know, whatever is coming for you in 2026, whatever that energy that's coming in for January, that you're being asked to assess the situation before maybe you make any kind of move on whatever this, you know, whatever your goal, wish, or dream is for 2026. You are being asked, my darling Taurus, to, yeah, just assess the situation. Excuse me. Contemplate. Have a think about. Before you make your move, think about it. You don't need to make a hasty decision, my darling Taurus. So, yes, I feel that that is the energy around you for January, is just to assess the situation before you make any kind of move. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Taurus. What messages does Taurus need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Taurus need to know? Nine of Swords, yeah. I think that's your situation, that you need to assess this. And got the Chariot and the Six of Wands. Yeah, love it. Well, I can see this energy is not going to last very long, my darling Taurus, which is beautiful. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Nine of Swords, and I feel that this is the leftover energy from, you know, your maybe a situation that had happened last year, and that, you know, you're just still dealing with that anxiety and worry from that energy, my darling Taurus. With that assess the situation card, I just feel that you're, yes, assess the situation, but don't dwell, don't wallow in, you know, think about maybe why, if something didn't work out for you, why, you know, don't think too much about why, because we can send ourselves insane thinking, why did that happen? Why didn't this happen? Why that? You know, you can only control what you can control, my darling Taurus. So this energy, this anxiety, worry, sleepless nights type of energy, it's not serving you. It is keeping you stuck, my darling Taurus. So like that card says, assess the situation, move on. Release this anxiety and worry, my darling Taurus. And I feel that you will, just with what else is on the table here. But yeah, let this energy go. It's not serving you anymore, my darling Taurus. And then you have the beautiful Chariot card. I mean, this is amazing. This is, you know, this is Cancer energy. So if you do have Cancer in your chart, I would definitely encourage you to go and watch the Cancer reading as well, because there could be a message there for you. But the Chariot is all about moving forward with success, willpower, you know, just forging ahead, my darling Taurus, which is beautiful energy for you. So whatever this situation was, it is time now. I feel that you will release that energy and charge ahead with a new idea, with whichever way you're wanting 2026 to go, you're going to charge ahead, my darling Taurus. You're going to leave behind what has caused you that anxiety and worry. Leave it in the past, my darling Taurus. It's dead, done, over with, nothing more to do there. Leave it in the past and charge ahead with knowing that this is the right way to go, knowing that whichever way you're being guided, my darling Taurus, is the way the universe wants you to go. You can see they've got two sphinxes on this card here. There are no reins on these two sphinxes. They are divinely guided, my darling Taurus, by the universe. You know, this is also a card of as above, so below. She has, you know, stars on her canopy here, and on the traditional tarot, there's moons on her shoulders, which is that as above, so below. It is a very spiritual, divinely guided energy, my darling Taurus. So trust that whichever way you're being guided in this month of January is the way you're supposed to go. Trust and just move forward with conviction and success, because this is charging ahead, this card, my darling Taurus, which I love for you. Yeah, and I feel this is how you are going to be feeling by the end of January. You're going to be feeling victory and success and like you're being celebrated, my darling Taurus, which I love. This is a card of victory and success. You can see she's got the victory wreath here. She's also got one under her crown here. And these people, they're celebrating her. She's come back victorious, my darling Taurus. You, I feel, will end January victorious. I feel that you'll feel so out of that Nine of Swords energy. You will have moved through that. You will have started the year right, my darling Taurus, is what I feel for you, that you will just, you know, come into the end of January 2026 feeling celebrated, feeling victorious, feeling ready for the rest of the year, which I love for you, my darling Taurus. So if I'm going to put it all together, and I probably just already did, but I feel, yes, assess the situation, assess what happened here, assess it, move on, release it, acknowledge it, let it go. Leave it in 2025, my darling Taurus. Let that energy go, because what you've got coming in here is divinely guided, I feel. Go within, trust yourself, listen to the universe. What are you being guided towards, my darling Taurus? What is it that you're being guided to do in January? Whatever that is, go with it, because I feel you are going to charge ahead with victory and success. And by the end of January, you will come out of this feeling victorious. You will feel successful. You will be celebrated, my darling Taurus, which I'm just loving this for you. So this is amazing energy, my darling Taurus. So that whole, you know, Nine of Swords energy, let that go, my darling Taurus, because that is not your story. Your story is so much better than that, my darling Taurus. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Now, I'd love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Really does help my channel grow. All right, let us get your affirmation for the month of January 2025. Yeah, focus equals manifesting, exactly. And focus with emotion equals powerful manifesting. So that's what I feel. You need to leave behind that Nine of Swords energy. It's not serving you. It's keeping you stuck, my darling Taurus. This focus equals manifesting. Yes, that is it. You are going to focus on where you want to go with that Chariot card and forge ahead with success, and you will be celebrated, my darling Taurus. So I love this energy for you. Beautiful, beautiful way to start 2026, my darling Taurus, for sure. Absolute success, victory kind of energy coming in for you. This for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Geminis. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Geminis. I'm wishing you a beautiful year full of health, wealth, prosperity, joy, happiness, love, whatever your darling heart desires, my darling Gemini. I wish that for you this year. So let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with answer cards, the secret manifestation cards as your affirmation for this month of January 2026, my darling Geminis. What messages does Gemini need to know for this month of January 2026? First quarter moon in Taurus. Release control. Do you feel, my darling Geminis, that you need to control everything? You are being encouraged this month to maybe release some of that control. Maybe release it to someone else to to take the reins, control the situation, whatever that means for you, my darling Geminis. But what I feel is that, we can't control every situation. We can't control every outcome of, things that we want to bring into our world and things like that. And I feel if we do try to control things too much, we're just going to be very disappointed with, bits and pieces. So I would encourage you, my darling Geminis, to, release some control, but just allow things to be. Allow what is meant for you. As they say, what is meant for you, my darling Geminis, will never pass you by. So just allow, I'm not saying, let things just happen and you can't control anything. That's not what I mean. But I feel that, to be able to put something out to the universe and then just allow and see what happens, no expectations, just seeing what happens and not trying to control every little aspect of situations would be freeing for you, my darling Gemini. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Geminis. What messages does Gemini need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Gemini need to know? High Priestess, beautiful. Trust your intuition. King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, love it. All right, my darling Geminis. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start here with the beautiful High Priestess card. Now this is Pisces energy. So if you have Pisces in your chart at all, I would definitely go and ask you to watch the Pisces reading, because there could be a message there for you. But the High Priestess is all about needing to trust your intuition and, go within. And as I said with that release control card, sometimes we just need to allow, and, meditate on, quiet the mind, go within, release the control for any outcome of what it is that you want, my darling Geminis. You can see there, at the time the tarot was put together, pomegranates were a symbol of wealth and success. So that's why they're on this High Priestess card here. And she has no roof above her head, which means her potential is unlimited. There is no limit. So as we say, the sky's the limit. Well, that's still putting a limit on the sky, basically. So there is no limit here to what you can achieve, my darling Geminis. I feel that's important for you to know, that you can achieve anything that you want in your life. And I just feel that you're being encouraged during this time to rely on trusting your intuition. Like if something doesn't feel good, maybe look more into it. If something feels like positive and, exciting and, like you're really excited about it, then move towards that, is what I feel, to let you know, my darling Gemini. And then you have the King of Wands here. So I do feel in this reading that this is you. I feel that you're embodying this energy, my darling Geminis, of the King of Wands. The King of Wands, he's bold, he's assertive, he knows what he wants, he goes after what he wants. And look, there is no gender in the tarot, it's male or female, it's just the energy of the card that I'm talking about here. So, I feel that you're being encouraged to be bold, to be assertive, to speak what, speak how you want something to be, how you want your life to be, my darling Geminis. Go for it, is what I feel. You can see he's got the horse by the reins here, and he's taking charge. He's thrusting forward. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks either. He just moves forward with bold, assertive action. Takes action is the biggest thing I could tell you of the energy of the King of Wands, is that he just takes bold, assertive action and goes for what he wants. He doesn't sit there contemplating, should I, shouldn't I? No. He goes for it, my darling Gemini. So I feel this month you're being encouraged to just go for it with whatever it is that you want. If there's something that you want, my darling Geminis, go for it. And then you have the Ten of Wands here. So tens in the tarot are completion energies. And this is an energy of putting your burdens down, my darling Gemini. So if you have been, struggling with things, if you've been, pushing towards, whatever goal, wish or dream that you've been, you've come out of 2025 with all these burdens, it's time to put those down, my darling Geminis, because, they're not yours anymore. It's time to put them down and receive your harvest. You can see it's like she's bringing home the harvest here. She's got one last wand. She's almost there. She's almost home. It's time to put your burdens down, my darling Geminis. And some of these burdens may not be yours either. So if some of these burdens aren't yours, release those, my darling Geminis. Release control of, these burdens. Put them down. They're not serving you anymore, my darling Geminis. It's time to take bold, assertive action towards whatever you want and put these down. Let somebody else carry them for a while, my darling Geminis. They're not yours to carry anymore, is what I feel to tell you. So if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel that this month of January is going to be a month where you need to trust your intuition, go within and really trust that whichever way you're being divinely guided is where you need to go. Put your burdens down, especially if some of these aren't yours, my darling Geminis. Release some control. Release, the control over what you can't control is what I feel I need to tell you here, my darling Geminis, and take bold, assertive action towards your goals, wishes, and dreams. Whichever way you want to go for it, because I feel you can't go wrong here. You need to go for what you want, put down your burdens, trust your intuition, my darling Geminis. And I feel that success will be yours. Take action towards whatever goal, wish, or dream it is that you want, my darling Geminis, because it's coming for you. That's what I think. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I'd love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe. Really does help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Geminis. Be aware of your power. Yeah. Whenever you think of it, bring yourself back to the awareness of now. Do it hundreds of times each day. Remember, all of your power is in your awareness of your power, my darling Geminis. Yes, as Louise Hay used to say, the point of power is always in the present moment. Remember that. Don't think too much about future. Definitely don't think of the past, because we're not going that way. Your point of power is always in the present moment. So be aware, my darling Geminis, of just how powerful you are, because you are a manifesting machine. What you think about, you bring about. So make sure you think only good thoughts. Make sure you think only positive thoughts, my darling Geminis. Think only of where you want to be, not where you don't want to be, my darling Geminis. I feel this is going to be, the month of January for you is going to be, I guess, a realization of your power, releasing control over things you can't control, putting burdens down, and just taking bold, assertive action towards whatever goal, wish, or dream it is you want to accomplish this year, my darling Geminis. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Cancerians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Cancerians. I hope this year brings you health, wealth, prosperity, peace, joy, happiness, love, all those beautiful good things that you desire in 2026. So, my darling Aquarians, Cancerians, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with the secret manifestation cards. All right, my darling Cancerians, what messages does Cancer need to know for this month of January 2026? What messages does Cancer need to know for this month of January 2026? Full moon in Taurus, detoxify, yeah. I mean, January is a good time to detoxify, my darling Cancerians, especially if you have overindulged a little bit over the festive season, which we all can do from time to time. There's no shame in that, but, I would say a lot of people will be using January to detoxify their body, rest, relax, recover, gather their resources, all that kind of energy. And there's been a few readings that have had that energy in them. So, I wouldn't be surprised if, we should all be rest, relaxing, recovering, detoxifying, getting ourselves ready for, another busy year ahead, I would say. All right, my darling Cancerians, what messages does Cancer need to know for the month of January 2026? What does Cancer need to know for January 2026. Oops. Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands has come up a lot in these readings, so I feel that there will be a lot of people feeling victorious in the month of January, which is good. All right, my darling Cancerians, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Eight of Swords. And look, the Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It's that, self-sabotage type of energy, that energy where you feel, that you just can't get out of your head type of energy, my darling Cancerians. You can see she's got this blindfold on here, and she's got very loose bindings around herself, and the swords are around her. The blindfold in the tarot represent needing to trust your intuition, my darling Cancerians, but it's also what you cannot see as well. You can see here she could easily take that blindfold off. She could easily remove those bindings from around her and step into the beautiful flow. I feel this water here represents the flow of life. I do feel this is energy left over from last year for you, my darling Cancerians, that you're in that, you were feeling in that energy of just being so busy that you felt trapped by the energy, and you sort of ended that year with this. You've sort of brought this back through from 2025, my darling Cancerians. You've got a final push here to let it go. Detoxify this energy, my darling Cancerians. It is not serving you. Let it go. Remove the blindfold. Remove these bindings from around you and step into this beautiful flow. Leave this energy behind you, my darling Cancerians, because it is not serving you anymore. You must leave this behind you. And then you've got the Hierophant here. So this is Taurus energy. So if you do have Taurus in your chart at all, I would encourage you to go and watch the Taurus reading. It is also an energy of blessings as well. It can be a marriage card. So, but I'm not feeling that off this reading. I'm feeling more that this is you receiving blessings, or that some situation that you went through was a blessing for you, my darling Cancerians. In the traditional tarot, there is this priest here, and then there's two other people here, and they're receiving a blessing. And the priest is holding up his hand like this, which is the symbol of a blessing. So I do feel that whatever has happened to you, or whatever this Eight of Swords energy is a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise, is what I feel for you, my darling Cancerians, because it's made you realize what you don't want to bring into 2026, my darling Cancerians, if that makes sense. So I do feel this Hierophant energy for you is blessing in disguise. So, take that how it resonates. But I feel that once you can recognize that energy, once you recognize that this was a blessing in disguise and release it, your rest of January is going to be, you're going to feel victorious for the rest of January, my darling Cancerians, because you have the Six of Wands here. So, as I said, the Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. She is being celebrated. You can see she's got a victory wreath here. There's another one underneath her crown. And these people, they're celebrating her. She has returned home from a journey, my darling Cancerians, and she is being celebrated for what her accomplishments, what she's gone through, what she's been through, my darling Cancerians. And I feel that you will be celebrated. I feel as you come to the end of January, this is how you're going to be feeling. You're going to be feeling victorious, successful, that you've accomplished what it is that you've wanted to accomplish. And I feel what you've wanted to accomplish is to leave behind that Eight of Swords energy, and that you've realized that what you went through was a blessing in disguise, my darling Cancerians, and that will allow you to feel victorious here. That will allow you to feel that you're celebrate that energy, of yourself, my darling Cancerians. I feel that you will be celebrating yourself here. That's the energy I'm feeling off this card for you. So yeah, I love that energy for you. I mean, it's pretty straightforward reading. Most of the readings that I've done have been really straightforward, you know, not needing to go off too much about each one. So if I'm going to put it all together for you, I just feel for you to use this time in January to really detoxify any negative energy. And by negative energy, I mean this Eight of Swords, this self-imposed restriction. Get rid of this energy. Release it. Let it go. It is not serving you. But realize what you went through was a blessing in disguise, because what you have learnt from this, so if you take the lessons and the love from this situation, you will realize it was a blessing in disguise, my darling Cancerians. And that whole realization will allow you to feel that you've had a victory over this situation, my darling Cancerians. That you'll celebrate yourself for getting over this energy. Feel victorious, feel successful, my darling Cancerians, for getting over this energy, and move into 2026 with success, victory, joy, happiness, my darling Cancerians. That's what I feel is coming in for you for this month of January 2026. So I love it for you. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would really love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. I'd love it to be able to move this channel more forward in 2026. I would love it to be able to grow more in 2026 because, it just helps me, makes me know I'm on the right track, my darling Cancerians. So thank you. All right, let me get final messages for you, my darling Cancerians. Who you really are. I am whole. I am perfect. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. I am harmonious. I am happy. Yes. All these affirmations, put them in the comments below. Speak them out loud to yourself, my darling Cancerians. This is part of the detoxifying process. Speaking what you want out loud. 2 powerful words. I am. Here they are. Who you really are, my darling Cancerians. I am whole. I am perfect. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. I am harmonious. I am happy. Love this for you, my darling Cancerians. So yes, make sure you put those in the comments below. But this kind of energy here is what heals this energy, my darling Cancerians. So yeah, love this reading for you. I feel that by the end of January, you are going to feel victory and success. And I love this for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Leos. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Leos. I hope this year brings you wealth, success, happiness, joy, love, and laughter, my darling Leos. So let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with these secret manifestation cards as what your affirmation or mantra should be for this new year, or the January 2026, I should say. All right, my darling Leos, what messages does Leo need to know for the month of January 2026? First quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Yeah. So, I mean, my darling Aries, if you've been, maybe this year for you is a year of needing to, release some control, release, trying to control every situation in your life. my darling Leos. And, you know, I do know that Leos do like to be in control. So, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like to be, you know, in control as well. But you can only control, you know, you should only try and control the things that you can control, not the things you can't, because you will send yourself insane if you try to control things that are out of your control. You know, I think the message here for you, my darling Leos, is to allow, is to just, you know, put something out to the universe and allow whatever happens, happens. Try to have not too many expectations of the outcome, my darling Leos, because I find that you'll probably be a lot happier if you know, you do what you do and you're not too fussed about, you know, what the outcome is going to be. But yes, you are being encouraged, my darling Leos, to release some control this month. All right, let us see what the tarot has in store for you, my darling Leos. What messages does Leo need to know for January 2026? What does Leos need to know? Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Oof. Yes, you have some things you do definitely need to release some energy here, my darling Leos. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off with the Two of Swords here. So the Two of Swords is a card of, you know, needing to make a decision as to which way you need to go, this way or that way. But, you know, there is more than two ways you can go. You know, my darling Leos, you can make more than two decisions here. You can see the blindfold too. The blindfolds in the tarot here usually represent needing to trust your intuition. So I feel for you coming into January that you need to maybe take some time, maybe, you know, take some time to go within, feel whether something feels good for you, whether this decision that you need to make, how does it make you feel? If you go to make a decision and it makes you feel like you've got a pit in your stomach, then it's probably not the best decision. It's probably not the way to go, my darling Leos. However, if it makes you feel good and you feel positive about the decision, my darling Leos, then that's the one. Choose that decision. I mean, Louise Hay used to talk about using her inner ding, and, you know, she would, if there was a, you know, an offer or a, you know, offer to speak or a situation that came up and, you know, she took the phone call and it made her feel good, then she would go for it. She would do it. She would trust her inner ding. But if it filled her with dread, then she would not do it. She would be like, no, thank you, not for me. So you need to learn to trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust what it's trying to tell you, because usually it's your higher self that, you know, is trying to guide you there, my darling Leos. But I do feel that there is some decision that you need to make coming into 2026. So this will be different for everybody, but I feel that it has caused you some worry and some anxiety, my darling Leos. But I'm encouraging you to let that go, because I feel that it's blocking you from being able to make the decision that you need to make, my darling Leos. You know, these sleepless nights, the anxiety, the worry, it's not serving you. It's not helping you, my darling Leos. What it's doing is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you in some kind of loop that you keep going around and around in circles as to, you know, or what if I do this, and what if I do that, and what if this happens, but then what if that happens? But it's that, you know, that sort of catastrophizing, however you say that word, if that's even a word, you know, I feel that that's the energy that you're getting yourself into, that you're thinking before you've even made the decision that it's not going to work out, my darling Leos, which is not the way to go. because what you think about, you bring about. So if you are going into this decision with it's not going to work, or you're going into this decision with not really sure, then that's what you're going to get, my darling Leos. So you need to make the decision with confidence. Make the decision with intention behind it. If it doesn't work out, my darling Leos, make another decision. It's very easy to do that. Yeah, because then you've got the Eight of Swords, and this is your self-imposed restriction here. It's, you've got the Eight and Nine of Swords, next to each other. It's telling me that you're in this cycle, and here's another card of the blindfold. And, you clearly need to learn to trust your intuition, my darling Leos, because you can see here, she could easily take that blindfold off. She could easily remove those bindings that are around her because they're loose. They're not, it's self-imposed. It is you're creating the restriction here. You're creating the bindings around you. No one else. No one else is doing this. No person, place, or thing has any power over you, my darling Leos. Only you have the power over yourself. So you have the power to change this whole situation, my darling Leos. So what you need to do is remove these bindings, remove, the blindfold, excuse me, remove the blindfold from around your, from around your eyes, remove it so you can see clearly, my darling Leos, and step into the flow of life that's waiting for you. Get out of those thoughts, get out of your head, my darling Leos. That's what I feel. I need to tell you this January, that there's just something around you, obviously, that is causing you heartache and pain. And, I feel with this first quarter moon choice, this release control, it is because you are trying to control every outcome and every, scenario that's happening here when you can't, my darling Leos. So I feel you just need to release yourself from these self-imposed restriction. Get out of your head. Make the decision as to what you need to do and be happy with that decision. If it doesn't work out, my darling Leos, make another decision. Simple. That's what I feel I need to tell you this January, my darling Leos. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Some harsh energies here for you, my darling Leos. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I feel that you can get out of this energy if you can just release that control and realize that you have more control than you realize, and that you can't really control every scenario. You can't control the outcome. You can only control how you respond to that outcome, my darling Leos. So, like I said, if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Really does help my channel grow. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Leos. Yeah. See what you want as here now. What are the most powerful words you can say for manifestation? It's here. I mean, you can't make this up. These cards all go together. Here it is here. See what you want as here now. See it. See the outcome that you want. You can't control the outcome, my darling Leos, but you can see it as you want it to be. Don't see it as you don't want it to be, because you're going to get more of that, my darling Leos. So yeah, all these cards go together so well here. I just feel that you need to release control, release trying to control this situation, my darling Leos, because you're only going to get more of what you don't want. See what you want as here now, and it will come to you, my darling Leos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Virgos. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2025. Happy New Year, my darling Virgos. I'm wishing you such a beautiful year this year. I hope 2026 brings you love, peace, happiness, joy, prosperity, health, wealth, success, everything your little heart desires, my darling Virgos, I hope is coming for you in 2026. So let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. And then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here. And then we will finish off with the secret manifestation cards as your affirmation for the month of January 2026. All right, my darling Virgos, what messages does Virgo need to know for January 2026? Full moon in Aquarius. Be real. Looks like you're being encouraged, my darling Virgos, to be your authentic self this month. You know, show the world the real you, my darling Virgos. Show up for yourself. Be real. You know, I feel that that's, have we been, I say we because I'm a Virgo, have we been trying to fit somebody else's mold too much in 2025? Was that what we were trying to do, is fit in to somebody else's idea of how we should be? I feel like this year we're being encouraged to be real to ourselves, to be true to ourselves, my darling Virgos. So yeah, love it. Start the year off right by being real, my darling Virgos. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Virgos. What messages does Virgo need to know for this month of January 2026? Two of Swords, yeah, there's the decision. Page of Wands, there's your spark. And the Page of Swords, young energy coming in. All right, my darling Virgos, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Two of Swords, and this Two of Swords is an energy of needing to make a decision. Which way do you go? Do you go this way or that way? But I feel that there's more than two ways that you can go here, my darling Virgos. And you can also see she's got a blindfold on. The blindfolds in the tarot represent needing to trust your intuition, going within. They can also represent needing to take that blindfold off so you can see clearly. But I feel in this energy here that we're being encouraged to, trust our intuition, trust that we already know which way we need to go, trust that, whatever choice or a decision, whatever this decision is here that we need to make, it needs to come from a place of being real to us, not what somebody else wants, not what we think somebody else would want us to do. What do we want, my darling Virgos? It needs to come from what we want, not what we think somebody else would want us to do, if that makes sense. That's what I'm feeling intuitively off this Two of Swords here, is that the choice the decision that we need to make needs to be real for us and needs to be true to us, not necessarily what somebody else thinks or what we think somebody else would want us to do, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm feeling off this card here for us, is that, whatever this choice, whatever decision we need to go here is for us, not for someone else, if that makes sense. And that's just what I'm feeling intuitively off this. And look, whatever decision we make here, if it's not the right decision, we make another one. That's the beauty of free will and being able to make as many decisions as we need to in order to get where we want to go, my darling Virgos. And then you've got, like, we've got the Page of Wands here. So I feel we're going to be given inspiration as to which way we need to go on this Two of Swords here, my darling Virgos. The Page of Swords, I mean, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that pages in the tarot are messengers. And it's, you know, this fella's coming in, you can see he holds the Ace of Wands and it's glowing, my darling Virgos. That glowing is the spark of inspiration. So we need to be open to be able to receive this spark of inspiration, my darling Virgos, which I love, you know. And I feel that being in that energy of allowing, you know, messages to come through, allowing to receive is the energy we need to get into. You know, they say that, you know, ask, believe, receive. Well, you need to be in that energy of allowing. If we're closed off from receiving, then we're not going to be able to receive this spark of inspiration, my darling Virgos. We definitely need to be open to receive. And I feel that this spark of inspiration will be what we need to do. We're going to receive it. We're going to download it. It's going to come to us, whether we hear, you know, it could be, you know, it could be an email. It could be something that we overhear. It could be a movie that you watch even that sparks, oh, that's, you know, that's an idea I could go with. It could be having a conversation with someone and just going, oh, yes, you know, that's where I need to go. You know, so I feel we just need to be open to be able to listen, I feel, my darling Virgos, so we can receive whatever this spark of inspiration is that's going to be coming to us. And then we've got the Page of Swords too. So these two pages, well, it sounds to me, or it feels to me that, you know, we've got January is going to be all about, you know, receiving divine messages is what I feel. The Page of Swords is all about curiosity, you know, and sparking our curiosity. What are we curious to learn, my darling Virgos? You know, we've had our inspiration sparked with the Page of Wands. Now, what is it about that spark of inspiration that we want to learn more about? You know, what is it that, you know, we need to learn more about? This could also be, I mean, I've heard that they say that the Page of Swords is all about someone's watching you as well. Someone's got their eye on you as well. So if you are, you know, there could quite literally be someone watching you as well, watching what decisions you make, my darling Virgo. So take that how it resonates. But I do feel here that with that whole Be Real card, I just feel that January we're being encouraged to be our authentic self, to make decisions from what we want, not what we think somebody else would want us to do, if that makes sense. That's really the theme that I'm getting throughout this whole reading, especially with these pages coming through as well, that because we are going to receive, I feel, we're going to receive what we need to know here to make this decision. That's what I feel. I mean, I've just put the whole reading together for you, really. I just feel that whatever this choice or a decision is here that we need to make, whichever way we need to go here, we will find it out by chance, is what I feel, or we'll get that spark of inspiration here, and we will be then, with that spark of inspiration, be curious to learn more about it and to make the decision based on what we've learnt, is what I feel, my darling Virgo. So yeah, quite a different sort of energy here for us, but I do feel January is going to be all about our authenticity and doing things from a place of what makes it, what feels real to us, not what somebody else thinks we should do, if that makes sense, my darling Virgos. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, you know, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. All right, let's get your affirmation, my darling Virgos, for January. Yeah, you can't make this up. Believe you have received. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. Any time delay you experience is due to you getting to the place of believing, knowing, and feeling that you already have it. It's you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you're on the frequency, then what you want will happen. Appear, happen, appear. My darling Virgo. So yeah, like I said, believe you have received. And that was what I was saying, was that you need to get yourself into the energy of knowing that you know whatever is happening here is for you, my darling Virgos. Being true to you, being what you want, my darling Virgos, and believing that we have received whatever it is that our little hearts desire, my darling Virgo. So I'm loving this energy for us. So make sure you put that in the comments. Believe you have received, my darling Virgos, as your mantra or your manifestation affirmation for this month of January. But yeah, I just feel we're just being encouraged to be our authentic self and make a decision based on what we want, not what somebody else thinks we should do, my darling Virgos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Librans. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Librans. I hope this year of 2026 brings you happiness, health, wealth, success, prosperity, love, joy, happiness, all those good things that you so deserve, my darling Librans. So let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with the secret manifestation cards. All right, my darling Librans, what messages does Libra need to know for this month of January 2026? What messages does Libra need to know for the month of January 2026? Push through any insecurity. First quarter moon in Cancer. Yeah, okay. So, my darling Librans, you know, if you have been feeling any insecurity about, you know, what you want to do, where you want to go, things like that, you are being encouraged, my darling Librans, to push through that energy. You know, I think we all can get a bit insecure, you know, sometimes when, you know, there's decisions to be made, you know, will it work out, won't it work out, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, if you trust that everything is working out for your highest good, as Louise Hay would say, then yeah, you just need to push through any of those insecurities, because, you know, at the end of the day, being paralyzed by fear is not going to get you anywhere, my darling Librans. So yes, push through any insecurity. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Librans. What messages does Libra need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Libra need to know? Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. Wow, 2 queens. And the 6 of Wands. Yeah, love it. Love this. So this Queen of Swords here is you pushing through that insecurity for sure, I feel, my darling Librans. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Queen of Swords. And like I said, you know, the Queen of Swords, I feel for you that this may be your energy that you might be feeling this energy, because you know she is air energy. The swords are air, and she is your queen, my darling Librans. So I feel you are embodying this energy of the Queen of Swords this month, my darling Librans. By she's she has clarity. She has gained clarity, I should say. So she's got clouds halfway up her body. Her head is above the clouds, which means she has gained the clarity that she needs. She is not, with that push through any insecurity. I feel that this is important for you, because you may, if you're feeling insecure, embody this energy of the Queen of Swords. She is, like I said, clear on what she wants to do. She is not worried about making a wrong decision, because she has gained all the knowledge and wisdom that she needs. She is sitting on her throne. In the traditional tarot, she sits on her throne with her hand out and her sword up, meaning that she is ready to receive, my darling Librans. And I feel that's the energy you need to get into, is to be open to receive and be clear about what it is that you want. You've gained clarity here, my darling Librans. Whether that is that you've gained clarity by the end of 2025, or you will be gaining it as you go through 2026, or starting into January, my darling Librans. It'll be different for everybody, but I do feel you are going to be receiving the clarity that you need, and that will get rid of any kind of insecurity that you've got here, my darling Librans. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, she's all about following her heart, my darling Librans, and I feel that would benefit you as well. Yes, gain the clarity that you need, but I feel following your heart, going within, what does your heart tell you, will be the way you need to go. I feel it will give you the clarity that you need by following your heart, my darling Librans, if that makes sense. So, we are, I feel, going through a very heart-based time. We've just come through 2025, which, it was a lovely year for me. I had a great year, most of it, but some parts of it were hard. Some parts were confronting, some were challenging, but what outweighed it was, beautiful people. I met, some beautiful person that is quite significant in my life, so I feel that it has, as far as that goes, it has been a year of lessons as well. But if you just take the lessons and the love and move that forward, only take the lessons and the love from 2025 and move them, take them with you into 2026, then, and follow your heart like the Queen of Cups here, you will be able to push through any of that insecurity and just move forward into 2026 with confidence, my darling Librans. Because then you've got the Six of Wands. So, Six of Wands is all about victory and success and you being celebrated, my darling Librans. So, you can see she's got the victory wreath here. She's also got it underneath her crown here. And these people, they're celebrating her. She's come back from, a journey wherever she's come, and she's come back victorious, my darling Librans. And I feel this energy for you, that you are going to be celebrated. You are going to feel victorious by the end of January 2026, my darling Librans. And I feel that's because, you will follow your heart. You've gained the clarity that you need in order to push through any insecurities, my darling Librans, to find victory and success here. So I love this for you. This is a beautiful, straightforward reading, my darling Librans. I don't feel, I need to sort of go into it too much more. As I said, I feel if whatever happened in 2025, if you can just take the lessons and the love and bring that with you, not any other baggage, come from a place, a heart-based place. Follow your heart here. What does your heart tell you? my darling Librans. You've gained all the clarity that you need here. There is nothing that should cloud any of your judgments and cloud, you know, I feel that you gain confidence here by following your heart, gaining clarity, my darling Librans, which will allow you, like I said, to push through any insecurity that you have and be victorious. You'll be hitting the end of January feeling celebrated with victory and success, my darling Librans, which I'm loving for you. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy for you to come into the new year with. So yeah, love it. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and yeah, I would really appreciate it. All right, so let us get your affirmation for this month of January 2025. Yeah, change your whole life with gratitude. Absolutely. Gratitude is riches and complaint is poverty. It's the golden rule of your whole life, whether it's your health, job, relationship, or money. Yes, 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 my darling Librans. Change your whole life with gratitude. Yes, get into that attitude of gratitude, my darling Librans, because that's where you need to be. Be grateful for any challenges that you have, because they teach you lessons. Be grateful for those lessons that you have learnt, because they will form part of any experience that you have, and they will allow you to know not to make those mistakes again in the future, my darling Librans. You know, just be grateful for, you know, some people don't even get problems to have, so be grateful for whatever it is that you have, my darling Librans. Get into that attitude of gratitude is what I feel that you need. But I do feel too that, you know, you just, you know, need, like it says, need to push through any insecurity here, but I feel you will. Come from a place of your heart, use the clarity that you've got, and you will be victorious by the end of this month, my darling Librans. Love this for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Scorpios. I hope this year brings you health, wealth, prosperity, happiness, joy, success, peace, harmony, and love, my darling Scorpios, because you so deserve it, my darlings. So let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with the secret manifestation cards. All right, my darling Scorpios, what messages does Scorpio need to know for this month of January 2026? Brand new year, brand new you, my darling Scorpios. First quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Yeah, this has come up before. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, being a Scorpio, I know you do like to be in control, my darling Scorpios, but sometimes we just need to release the control to the universe, release, you know, what it is that we want, release, you know, the outcome of something to the universe, my darling Scorpios, just to allow that. If we hold on too tightly to our expectations of an outcome, we will end up pushing that away. So you are being encouraged here, my darling Scorpios, for the month of January 2026 to just release some control. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Scorpios. What does Scorpio need to know for January 2026? Queen of Cups, Four of Swords. Yeah, there's a rest, relax, recover. A lot of people have had that. And the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, good. Love this. All right, my darling Scorpios. What I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Queen of Cups, and I feel that this, in this reading, because this is your Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups. You are a water sign. So I feel that you are embodying this energy this month of the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about following her heart. She, goes within. She has her emotions in check. She knows what she wants. She comes from a place of following her heart, and that's always leads her in the best, leads her to have the best outcome she can have, because she always comes from a place of the heart. She comes from a place of love, my darling Scorpios. And I feel for you this month that it would benefit you to follow your heart, my darling, in anything that you do this month. I feel that it would really benefit you to follow your heart and just, come from a place of love. If we come from a place of love in any kind of situation that we face, or we're up against, or anything like that, what was that? There used to be a I don't know whether it was a book or whether it was a movie that would say, how would love respond? That kind of energy, I feel, would benefit you this month, my darling Scorpio, is to come from a place from the heart, and in any kind of situation. So, but I just feel it's important for you to follow your heart if you've got a decision that you need to make. What does your heart say? If you need to, confront someone, what does your heart say? Just come from that place of heart-based energy is what I feel would benefit you this month, my darling Scorpios. Then you've got the Four of Swords. So a few people have had this, and it is not surprising to have the Four of Swords, especially in January after a busy festive season. You are being encouraged, my darling Scorpios, to rest, relax, recover. Take some time for yourself. What brings you peace? What brings you, what allows you to relax? For me, it's having a bath or doing my workout. Usually one of those two things, helps me decompress, so to speak. For others, it's for me too, going and getting a massage, pampering yourself, spending time with someone that you love, having coffee with a friend, going for a walk, anything like that brings you peace in your heart, my darling Scorpios, is what I feel is what you should do this month. But, we've all had a busy festive season, so any kind of rest, relaxing, recovering that you can do, I feel will benefit you, my darling Scorpios. Then you've got the Knight of Pentacles, so I feel you need to set yourself up. This is all setting you up for 2026. So the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that isn't moving. But what he needs to do, he has this giant pentacle here. What he needs to do is plant that seed. He needs to plant that pentacle in the field behind him, so it will grow into something, my darling Scorpios. And I feel that's the energy that you have this month, that you want to, there's something that you want to plant. There's some seed that you want to plant, some idea, goal, wish, dream, whatever that is. Start it now in January. I feel towards the end of January will benefit you to do this. To start off with, I feel you need to rest, relax, recover from the festive season, my darling Scorpios. I feel that will benefit you. But this, plant the seed, my darling Scorpios. I feel that it's going to be important for you to plant that seed and, really set yourself up for 2026, for the coming year, for, whatever goal, wish or dream it is that you're wanting to manifest in 2026. Yeah, I feel that this is the time. Plant that seed, my darling Scorpios. So if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel, like I said, The start of the month, I feel rest, relax, recover. That's what you're being encouraged to do, my darling Scorpios. Come from a place of the heart. Follow your heart in all your dealings this month, I feel would benefit you, my darling Scorpios. Come from that heart-based, beautiful energy of how would love respond, my darling Scorpios. But then, get ready. Get ready for the year. Once you've rest, relaxed, recovered, and you've gathered your resources back, it's time to plant the seed, my darling Scorpios. Release control of whatever this outcome is going to be, but just plant the seed. Get moving, get started. Set yourself up for 2026, my darling Scorpios. That's what I feel is coming in for you. Very straightforward message. I don't feel I need to sort of, go on too much more about that, my darling Scorpio. So I love to see this for you. Setting yourself up for the year ahead will really propel you forward, I feel, my darling Scorpios. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, to my channel. Really does help my channel grow, and, I'd love to be able to see some more growth from my channel in 2026. So yeah, if you could help me out with that, that would be great. All right, let's get a final message for you, my darling Scorpios. You are an eternal being. Yes, you are. Take a look at the world around you. None of it can exist without you. No matter who you thought you were, you now know the truth of who you really are. You are the master of the universe. You are the heir to the kingdom. You are the perfection of life. Yes, you are, my darling Scorpios. I love this for you. Love this for you. Put that in the comments below. You are an eternal being. Drop that in the comments. That is your manifestation mantra, your affirmation for 2026. You should say, I am an eternal being. Put that down below and watch the magic happen, my darling Scorpio. So yeah, I love this for you. Some beautiful energies here. Just remember to take some time to rest, relax, recover. Take some time out. Whatever dealings you have this month, I feel you need to come from, follow your heart in any dealings that you have this month, my darling Scorpios, and get ready to plant that seed, because set yourself up for 2026 and watch the magic happen, my darling Scorpios. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Sagittarians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Sagittarians. I hope this new year brings you peace, wealth, health, happiness, joy, success, prosperity, and all those gorgeous good things that you deserve, my darling Sagittarians. Let us jump into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and we will finish off with a secret manifestation card as your affirmation for the month of January 2025. Oh, see, nearly said it. 2025. I keep saying 2025, but no, it's 2026. I will get it right towards the end of January, I'm sure. All right, my darling Sagittarians, what messages does Sagittarius need to hear for January 2026? What does Sagittarius need to know? Are these all upside down? Yes. Unleash. First quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. Yeah, love that for you, my darling Sagittarians. Looks like the month of January for you is all about being kind to yourself, my darling Sagittarians, to look after yourself. How was 2025 for you? How did you find it? Did you find it, harsh? I feel, this month with the new year, month of January, it's time for setting yourself up for the new year ahead, my darling Sagittarians. And that can involve, just detoxifying yourself, clearing any harsh energies that are still around you from leftover from last year, my darling Sagittarians. So this message here is to unleash your kindest self. Be kind to yourself, my darling Sagittarians, which I love to see this for you. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Sagittarians. What messages does Sagittarius need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Sagittarius need to know? The Lovers. Four of Wands. Oh, I love this. And the Hanged One. Yeah. Wow. This looks like a beautiful reading for you, my darling Sagittarian, especially if you're looking for love. I feel that there could be love here for you. I mean, if you're not looking for love, then, could just be, love for yourself or something like that. But loving this. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Lovers, and this is Gemini energy. So if you do have Gemini in your chart at all, I would encourage you to go and watch the Gemini reading. But the Lovers is all about love. It is all about a choice or a decision to make in a relationship, my darling Sagittarians. And that could be a love relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a close friendship, a neighbor, a family member, a friend, any work colleague, boss, something like that. Something that you have someone that you have a close connection with, my darling Sagittarians. So, I do feel that there could be, a choice or a decision to make. That's just pretty much straightforward. Just with what else is on the table here, I feel that the decision or the choice that you're, sort of having, not a battle with, but thinking about, contemplating about is, do you make a deeper commitment to this person, place, thing, whatever that means to you. In the traditional tarot, the Lovers card, there is a man and a woman, there is a mountain between them, which goes like this, and there is clouds, there is an angel, which is like their higher source angel, and the sun is above the angel. The angel above them is guiding them as to, figuring out which way, whatever the mountain is between them literally means there is a mountain between them. There is some obstacle they need to overcome. And that higher self angel is helping them figure that out. So I feel for you here that there is something with someone that you need to figure out. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It is just there is something in this relationship that needs to be sorted out. And, with what else is on the table, I feel it could be, do you make a deeper commitment to this person? And I feel that with the Hanged One there, that's something that you have been thinking about. You have been contemplating that. But I do feel that you have come to that decision, my darling Sagittarians. But it's going to be up to you which way you go with that, what decision you make, whether you make the commitment or not. And then you have the beautiful Four of Wands. So like I said, this is it can be a card of marriage. It can be a card of commitment. It is also the 1111 card. So we've got, the four pillars of stability here that, very intuitively, angel number 1111. It's very spiritual card. The four, it could also be stepping through to a whole new portal as well, whole new world, my darling Sagittarians. But what I feel of this Four of Wands for you is that you're being asked, do you want to make a commitment here? That's what I feel. Do you want to make a commitment to this person, place, or thing that you've come to some kind of crossroads with, my darling Sagittarians? That is the decision that only you can make, my darling Sagittarians, is do you commit further to this person, place, or thing? What is going to be your outcome here? What is it that you want in this relationship, in this situation? You know, where do you see this going? My darling Sagittarians, that is what I feel is coming in for you. Or that's what the energy of this this Four of Wands is telling you. You know, what is that? What does that look like for you, my darling Sagittarians? Because like I said, it's that portal card. You can see it looks like they are having a wedding here. You know, it looks like they're celebrating. You know, or they're stepping across a threshold here. And here's the 4 pillars of stability. So think of this card as you making the decision to step through to a whole new world, to make the commitment, my darling Sagittarians, to step through to that whole new world. What is your decision going to be? What will you choose, my darling Sagittarians? Because then you've got the Hanged One. And I feel that this is how you've been contemplating what you need to do, my darling Sagittarians. You can see her head is glowing here. You know, she's gained the knowledge and wisdom that she needs. She's hanging from the tree of knowledge here. She has been thinking about what is this situation. She's been thinking about what does she need to do. It's time, my darling Sagittarians, to get off this tree. It's time to put into practice what it is that you have learnt, what resources that you have gathered, my darling Sagittarians. It's time to make that decision, my darling Sagittarians. That's really what I feel off this card, that you've been on the tree, you've gained enlightenment, you can see you're glowing, you've done it. You've got all the knowledge and wisdom you need, my darling Sagittarians. It's just time for you to implement that. Put it into practice. What is it that you want to commit to? Do you know the answer, my darling Sagittarians? You know, throughout the process, I feel you're being encouraged to be kind to yourself throughout this. Don't, you know, if you haven't been able to make the decision up until now, don't, you know, be kind to yourself. You're allowed to not know everything, my darling Sagittarians. But if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel that there is some choice or a decision you need to make in this relationship. Do you commit or do you not? Do you commit further to this person, place, or thing, or do you not? Only you can answer that question, my darling Sagittarians. But I do feel you have spent the time contemplating, gathering, and you know, getting together what it is that you need to make that decision. You're ready, is what I feel, my darling Sagittarians. So get off the tree, my darling Sagittarians, because it is time to put that into practice. All right. If you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I'd love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe. You know, it really does help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Sagittarians. What does Sagittarius need to know? Final messages for January. Just focus on prosperity. Yes, the universe has abundance for you, and it's not your job to work out how the money will come into your life. It's your job to ask, to believe you have received it already, and to feel happy now. Leave the details to the universe on how it will bring it into your life. Yes, just focus on abundance. Focus on prosperity. Focus on the outcome that you want, not the outcome you don't want, my darling Sagittarians. I feel that is very important for you to know, is to only focus on your prosperity. Only focus on what you do want, not on what you don't want, my darling Sagittarians. But this is a beautiful reading, I feel. It's just time for you to make that decision and get off the tree, my darling Sagittarians. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Capricorns. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. Happy New Year, my darling Capricorns. And if it is your birthday this month, my darling Capricorns, a big happy birthday from me to you. And Happy New Year. I hope this year brings you joy, happiness, success, prosperity, health, wealth, and happiness, my darling Capricorns. So let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with the secret manifestation cards. Oops. Oh, hands up. All right, my darling Capricorns, what messages does Capricorn need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Capricorn need to know? New moon in Leo, shine. Yeah, love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy, my darling Capricorns. You are going to shine in January. I love this for you. Or you're being encouraged to shine like the sun. Look at those sunflowers. I love that. You know, the sun, as we know in the tarot, it shines a spotlight on the reading, and it just, you know, it's just makes the whole entire reading more positive. So for you to have shine, I feel you are going to shine this month, my darling Capricorns, and possibly this whole year could be your year, my darling Capricorns. Alrighty, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Capricorns. What messages does Capricorn need to know for January 2026? What does Capricorn need to know? Two of Cups, the Magician, love it. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Definitely time to shine, my darling Capricorns. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So, my darling Capricorns, you start off with the beautiful Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups can be read as, you know, a soulmate energy coming in for you. It can also be, you know, if you're not looking for love, this could also be you and your higher self. So, but if you are looking for love, I do feel that there could be someone coming in for you that is like that soulmate type of energy. You know, you just see them and it's like, oh, your souls feel like that they have been looking for each other, that kind of beautiful soul energy. This card is also about communication as well. We've got the Staff of Hermes here, which is Mercury, and Mercury is all about communication, my darling Capricorns. So, you know, there could be some important communication coming in between you and someone else as well. So, you know, take that how it resonates. But I feel if it has been, you've been wanting or wanting to manifest a love into your life, I feel it's coming for you, my darling Capricorns, because, yeah, you've got the Two of Cups here, and you've got the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a stunning reading for you, my darling Capricorns. I feel that there is definitely a change happening this month, and it's going to be a catalyst for you to fly into 2026, my darling Capricorns. But like I said, if this is, if you are looking for love, then I do feel this could be a person coming in for you. If it's not love, this could just be you and your higher self, and there could be some important communication between you. I do feel it could be between you and someone else, that there is an important communication that will change your fortunes, my darling Capricorns. And then you've got the Magician card. So the Magician is the master manifester of the tarot. You can see this infinity symbol here. This is the symbol of infinite possibilities, my darling Capricorns. You can see he's master of the suits of all the tarot here. Like I said, I feel for you this, just with what else is on the table and everything, that your words, my darling Capricorns, are spells this month, that you can bring about what it is that you want to bring about. So be careful what you wish for, my darling Capricorns, because it could come. It's coming. It's happening for you, is what I feel. That you're just in that zone of being able to put out into the universe what it is that you want and receive that back. And that's the law of attraction. What we think about, we bring about. So only put out what it is that you do want. Do not put into the universe what it is that you don't want, because you're going to get more of that. My darling Capricorns, put only out there what it is that you want. But I feel that you are so powerful this month. As I said, your words are spells, my darling Capricorns. It's coming for you. Yes, coming. Love it for you. Because then you've got the beautiful Wheel of Fortune as well. This is the fortunes turning in your favor, my darling Capricorns. But you control that wheel. You can see the wheel will spin this way and the wheel will spin that way. You know, it can spin out of control if you let it, but you need to control this wheel, my darling Capricorns, by, like I said, putting out into the universe what it is that you do want, not what you don't want. Because, like I said, the universe only hears what it is that you're putting out there. So it doesn't hear want or not want. It just hears what it is that you say that you're putting out there. So if you say, I don't want something, it's not going to hear don't want. It's just going to hear this, whatever this is, my darling Capricorns. So make sure it is definitely what you want, because I do feel these fortunes are changing. I feel your fortunes are, well, clearly, fortunes are turning in your favor. You're highly, highly intuitive, manifesting. You know, you've got that manifestation power in this reading. You know, and whatever that Two of Cups is, whether that's a person, if you've been wanting to manifest love, if you've been wanting to manifest a new person, I feel these fortunes turning in your favor could bring this person to you this month. So look out for that, my darling Capricorns. So if I'm going to put it all together, and like I probably already have, but wow, my darling Leos, you are being encouraged to shine. So put out into the universe what it is you want, my darling Capricorns. Speak up. You know, your words are spells. Make your, say out loud your manifestations, my darling Capricorns, because they're coming. And I do feel that there is someone coming through for you as well. Like I said, whether this is love, or I just feel it's a soulmate type of energy. So, and it doesn't have to be love. It could be, a beautiful new friend or a colleague or a neighbor, or, maybe someone in your family that you've had a soul connection with is coming back into your life. Or it just could be you and your higher self. But I do feel there is a deep connection coming in for you that you have manifested, that you have wanted, that you have put out into the universe. And because of this, the fortunes will be turning in your favor. That's what I feel, my darling Capricorn. So this is beautiful, beautiful energy. Definitely your time to shine, my darling Capricorns. Definitely your time to shine. And just be wary of those words, my darling Capricorns. Be careful of what you put out into the universe, because I do feel your words are spells this month. So, what you put out, what you think about, you bring about, my darling Capricorns. So just be aware of that. But if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I'd love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. All right, let me get your affirmation for this month of January, my darling Capricorns. Your heart is the seat of your power. Yes, it is, my darling Capricorns. And this goes so in line with this reading, with that Two of Cups. Here's a way to instantly stop a downward negative spiral. Focus on your heart. Breathe in deeply, keeping your focus on your heart, and concentrate on feeling love in your heart. Breathe out while keeping your focus and feeling the love in your heart. Repeat this a total of 7 times. You will feel more peaceful, you will feel lighter, and the negative thoughts and feelings will have stopped, my darling Capricorn. So, if you feel that you're in that energy of, oh, this isn't going to happen for me, I can't see my way out of, some situation, here is the way to get out of that, my darling Capricorns. Your heart is the seat of your power. It is, my darling Capricorn. So I love this for you. But what a stunning, stunning reading for you, my darling Capricorns. You definitely have, a beautiful readings. You've got the potential of your fortunes turning in your favor. You're being encouraged to shine. And, my darling Capricorns, your words are spells. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Aquarians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. If it is your birthday this month, my darling Aquarians, a big happy birthday from me to you. And I wish you happy new year, my darling Aquarians. I wish for you this year a year of health, wealth, success, happiness, joy, peace, and prosperity, my darling Aquarians. So let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with the secret manifestation cards. All right, my darling Aquarians, what messages does Aquarius need to know for this month of January 2026? What does Aquarius need to know? First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. So, my darling Aquarians, you are being encouraged this month to be humble in any of your dealings with other people, I would think, or, just with any of your accomplishments or achievements or anything like that. Be humble, my darling Aquarians. I mean, definitely you can, tell people about your successes and, what makes you happy and what you've achieved and things like that. But humility goes a long way with that as well. So yes, I would encourage you to, just be humble is what this is telling you, my darling Aquarians. So, all right, let us consult the tarot here and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Aquarians. What messages does Aquarius need to know for this month of January 2026? What messages does Aquarius need to know? Four of Swords, the Hanged One, and the Queen of Swords. So, my darling Aquarians, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Four of Swords. So I feel for you coming into January, you might, it's time to rest, relax, recover. You may have had a very busy festive season, my darling Aquarians, but it looks like you're being encouraged here to just take some time for yourself. Rest, relax, recover, get yourself into, or get your resources back is what I feel I need to sort of say to you here, my darling Aquarians. Because if you did overindulge on the festive season, and look, we all do it, we all, burn the candle at both ends with, just busy, all that kind of stuff. But I feel that you need to allow yourself in January to rest, relax, recover. Go within, get your strength back, my darling Aquarians, is what I feel for you. go within and just rest, is what I'm getting. That's really all I'm getting off the Four of Swords for you, my darling Aquarians. Really nothing much else there on that Four of Swords. So that's just a card of rest, relax, recover. If you, like I said, have burnt the candle at both ends during the festive season, I do feel that coming into January, you are being encouraged to, just rest, relax, recover. Then you have the Hanged One. So this is all about, you can see she's hanging from the tree of knowledge here. This is kind of waiting type of energy and, gathering resources, gathering knowledge and wisdom. You can see her head there, it's glowing. She has gained enlightenment here, my darling Aquarians. And I feel that was you. I feel that that's what you need to do in January, is to gather your resources here, to not take action on anything just yet. I feel that you're being encouraged to use January to rest, relax, recover, go get all the knowledge, gain all the knowledge and wisdom that you need, my darling Aquarians. Just not take too much action towards any goal, wish or dream just now. I feel that gathering your resources, rest, relaxing, recovering, gathering your strength, things like that will be what benefits you this month, my darling Aquarians. And when you've got the Queen of Swords here too, which is like your energy, it's your Queen of Air here. And I feel that that's encouraging you to, gain clarity before making any moves. And in order to do that, this is what's important first. Gain all the knowledge and wisdom that you need. This is sort of waiting type of energy. And I feel that's really how you need to be this month is, don't take, of course you can, you need to take action towards some things, but I feel that there is that kind of waiting type of energy that would benefit you, my darling Aquarians. Because like I said, then you have the Queen of Swords, and I feel that you are embodying this energy this month, my darling Aquarians. Because as I said, this is your queen. She is the Queen of Air, and she sits on her throne. She has clouds halfway up her body. Her head is above the clouds, which means she has gained all the knowledge and wisdom that she needs, my darling Aquarians. And I feel that's you. That's what your mission is this month, my darling Aquarians. Should you choose to accept it, your mission is to just rest, relax, recover, gain all the knowledge and wisdom that you need and the clarity that you need, and allow yourself to sit on your throne ready to take whatever action it is that you need to take, knowing that you have gained all the knowledge and wisdom, all the clarity that you need to make clear, concise decisions on which way you want to move forward, my darling Aquarians. So I love that for you. So, I've probably already just put the whole reading together, but I don't feel I need to sort of go on about it too much. It is pretty straightforward here. You are being encouraged to be humble. And so whatever that means to you, I would say is just what is in this reading. Gather all the resources that you need. Rest, relax, recover. Bide your time is what I feel I need to tell you here. It's time for you to just wait, I feel. Don't take any action at this time. Gather all your resources, all the knowledge and wisdom that you need, and just wait for the right time. But you are embodying that energy of the Queen of Swords. She has gained all the knowledge and wisdom that she needs. I feel this is the energy towards the end of the month you will embody, my darling Aquarians, that you've got clarity that you need. You are waiting for the right time. You're waiting for the right time to put into action what it is that you have learnt, what it is that you have clarity on, my darling Aquarians. So love this for you. I think you just got to wait for the right time. And I don't feel that January is the right time. I feel like January is a time for you of gathering your resources, ready for the rest of the year, my darling Aquarians. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you. All right, my darling Aquarians, let's get final messages for you. Before you think another thought, every thought will manifest unless you cancel it out with an opposing thought. So what this is saying is, what we think about, we bring about, basically, my darling Aquarians. So make sure whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're putting out into the universe is positive. Because before you think another thought, every thought will manifest unless you cancel it out with an opposing thought. So think only good thoughts, my darling Aquarians, because what you think about, you bring about. So, I mean, this whole reading is beautiful. I feel you just need to, January for you will be a month of pause, gathering your resources, being humble and getting ready for when the time is right for you to put into action what it is you need to put into action, my darling Aquarians. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Pisces. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the month of January 2026. So, my darling Pisces, we're just going to jump right in. Oops, I did forget, my darling Pisces, a big, happy new year to you, my darling Pisces. I hope this year brings you health, wealth, prosperity, happiness, joy, peace, love, all those good things that you might want for January or for this week, this year of 2026. So let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with a Moonology manifestation card as an overarching energy. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with secret manifestation cards as your manifestation affirmation for January 2026. All right, my darling Pisces, what messages does Pisces need to know for January 2026? Oh, yes, few people have got this, and I'm not surprised. Detoxify, full moon in Taurus. So, after the festive season, we all need a bit of detoxifying, especially if we've been, if we had a bit of an overindulgence in the festive season. I feel that January is always a good, month to rest, relax, recover, detoxify. Everyone usually does their New Year's resolutions and says they're not going to drink and they're not going to do this and they're going to eat better, but they never stick to those. But if you can at least just detoxify your mind, body, spirit, allow yourself to rest, relax, recover, and, take some time for yourself. Do what it is that that brings you joy, my darling Pisces. But yeah, so you are being encouraged to detoxify. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Pisces, for this month of January 2026. What does Pisces need to know for January 2026? Queen of Cups. A few people have had the Queen of Cups. The 7 of Wands. And the Page of Cups. Love it. All right, my darling Pisces. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Queen of Cups. So I feel this is your queen. She's your queen of water, and you are a water sign. So I feel that this you may be embodying the energy of the Queen of Cups this month, my darling Pisces. And she follows her heart, my darling Pisces. So I feel you this month, for you, following your heart, coming from a place of love in everything that you do. As I said, rest, relax, recover, gather your resources this month, because you're being asked to detoxify. So, that could be, like I said, just any energy left over from last year, from, if there was something, too much partying in the festive season, or there was some bad juju or bad energy left over from last year. Coming into 2026, let that go. Leave it behind in 2025, my darling Pisces, and come into 2026 from that beautiful heart-based energy of following your heart with anything that you need to do, whether it's making a decision about something or, having to deal with some problem. Come from a place of love, my darling Pisces. That's what I feel for you this month. Because then you've got the Seven of Wands here. So the Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's that card of when you know that something is for you. When you know that something that you want to do is really what you want to do, stand your ground, my darling Pisces. I feel that's the energy of this Seven of Wands, is to stand your ground. Have the courage of your convictions, my darling Pisces. Know that whatever this is, whether it's, some kind of goal, wish or dream that you're wanting to bring into manifestation in 2026, stand your ground with it. You might have people saying to you, oh, you can't do that. No, that's no good. You don't want to do that. Stand your ground. If you know that you want to do this, stand your ground, my darling Pisces. That's what I feel off the Seven of Wands. It's that card of having to defend your position at the top of a hill. It's that kind of energy that is allowing you to, stand up for yourself, have the courage of your convictions, and just know that, no, this is how I want to start 2026. This is the energy I want to bring in. This is what I want to do. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, my darling Pisces. Stand your ground, my darlings. And then you've got the Page of Cups. So pages, if you've been watching me for a while, pages in the tarot are messengers. And I feel this little fella is coming in to, give you some kind of gift from the heart. So I feel that this could be, it could be someone coming in for you. There could be, an admirer of yours. We don't know this little fishy in here, whether it's real or imaginary. So, we're not quite sure, but this could be someone who's got their eye on you, my darling Pisces. So look, take that how it resonates. But I feel that, whether you're ready for this or not, it's up to you. So, I feel that if you detoxify yourself and, clear any of that bad juju from last year, you could be ready for this. I don't feel you'll see this unless you clear that energy, my darling Pisces. You need to be open to receive this here. And that's why I said with the Queen of Cups, to come from a place of heart, but from your heart, be open. Have your heart open, my darling Pisces, in order to be able to receive what it is that could be coming in for you, my darling Pisces. So if I'm going to put it all together, like I said, I just feel that, taking the start of January to rest, relax, recover will be important for you. I feel that that's just a must. I feel that, coming from a place of your, from the heart, following your heart this month will benefit you greatly. Standing your ground will also benefit you. If you know that something, that you want something, that you have an idea, goal, wish, dream, whatever that is, if you know that you want to put it into action, if you know that that's the direction you want to go, then stand your ground, my darling Pisces. Do not let anybody sway you from your path here. Just be on the lookout, be open to receive some kind of gift from the heart that may be coming in for you as well. You know, don't close yourself off from receiving here, which is why I feel that having your heart open and coming from that place of an open heart will really benefit you this month, my darling Pisces. So yeah, I love this for you. You know, it's beautiful energy coming in for you for this new year, my darling Pisces. So I love to see that for you. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I'd love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, please. It really does help my channel grow, and I'd love my channel to grow more in 2026 to see where that could go. And I'd really appreciate it. So thank you. All right, let's get your final message, your affirmation for January 2026. Oh, I think Scorpio just had this. You are an eternal being. Yes, you are, my darling Pisces. Take a look at the world around you. None of it can exist without you. No matter who you thought you were, you now know the truth of who you really are. You are the master of the universe. You are the heir to the kingdom. You are the perfection of life, my darling Pisces. Yes, you are definitely the perfection of life. So put that in the comments. I am an eternal being. That down below. That is your affirmation for this month of January, my darling Pisces, that you are an eternal being and you have great potential this month. Just make sure you come from a place of an open heart is what I feel, and stand your ground. Anything that you want to do, any ideas that you have, stand your ground. Have the courage of your convictions, my darling Pisces, and just make sure that you detoxify yourself at the start of January. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.